homeless folk to fucking chairs and massive Barry fucking parks and force them to sit and watch YouTube videos after YouTube.
Let me be specific
and then
here.
siphon off all the energy from
Let me be specific here.
It's not a bad idea.
Privilege said that. I just didn't respond.
Oh, yes. Aye, you just went silent.
I just said give them a job.
Whoa, I've got my eyes wide. Oh, you've got your big G's. I've got my hash pipe. Welcome to a very special episode 34 of the Unmonetisables, the official podcast for the FAWK Chronicles, the dumbest search for intelligence and stepsister podcast to the Indi Scots network's Scots with Soul podcast. Bet you never thought you'd hear so many S's in your life.
No, I'm still stuck on whoa.
My name is Cpt Privilege, and with me through no choice of their own are Dr. Darkside.
Hashtag Employee Appreciation Day.
And Grandmaster Tech. What, you want appreciation just because you're back?
Hashtag hashpipe.
You get appreciation when you turn up.
Hashpipe tag.
How dare you?
I get appreciation because I turned up. Come on.
Oh, how privileged we are. If you're unaware, folks, this is the only show in the galaxy that expertly dissects your primitive planet's curatable culture, aka the trending tat of the week. And kicking us off, if you didn't figure it out from the intro, because y'all ain't hip or down like that,
Don't say hip.
there is now an entire island dedicated to Weezer on Fortnite.
Is it breezy? Or,
Who cares about Fortnite anymore?
Why hear you wheezing? Well, I'll fucking put my hands round your throat.
I'm away playing a game that begins with A. No?
Asshole simulator? You don't need a simulator for
Fuck
that.
her up,
It's just eat a poo poo. No, yeah, I'd literally just heard about this.
Why is this a thing? What
do you mean, why is this a thing? Because Weezer are cool.
Have Weezer's management paid for this?
Weezer are
is this
awesome.
a promotional
No,
thing?
Fortnite just get it. They're just down with the kids.
They're down with Weezer?
This is going to bring down Apex.
What with the Marshmallow guy? Does he not get an island?
He had his own concert, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so he just
I'm
gets
sure
a
Weezer
concert.
aren't playing on
Doesn't
the
get an
island perpetually.
Right. So what's on the island? Tell us more about the
Just
island.
a big W. Probably some sort of a hash pipe. I don't know. Buddy Holly. I'm running out of Weezer songs here. Say it ain't so. Maybe just some hush puppies running.
The trees grow sweaters or something.
Yeah. They come undone. See, well done. Well done.
But what is the issue? Like, what is the? Is there going to be other islands for other bands?
No, Weezer are the best, so they get their whole own island.
Right.
This is just,
Who gets a continent then? Does Muse get a continent? Or
Muse. Dude, that would be a game worth fucking playing with the Muse
and
soundtrack.
if you think about it, they couldn't make it Jackson Island, so they had to make it with something else.
Jackson?
Oh, that's a whole nother story.
What am I missing here?
Oh,
Keep off privilege.
Right.
How dare you?
We'll come to that later then.
Alright, okay, we'll put a pin in it for the moment.
Yeah.
While we're on about tunes, Luis Fonsi, Despacito is the most viewed song ever with 6 billion views.
Never heard of it.
Allegedly.
So that won't be 6 billion in one
Now
night.
you're taking the peeve. Come on.
Who is this? What says
Despacito.
no. No.
What? Good. God, I was fucking like mean.
I've been
to
living.
fuck.
I've
That's
been
only
living in a
6
cave the last wee while.
Oh God! Don't talk about your fucking dwellings like a cave, frothing cave mouth.
And why is this a thing? Why is this what they
mouth.
listen to in Weezer Island or something?
Despacito. There's Weezer covering Despacito.
Yeah. We're on Weezer Island, but we don't actually want to listen to Weezer.
Ooh, Despacito. Anyway, Ed Sheeran, Shape of You, number 2 at 3.89 billion.
He would have to be up there. Oh my god.
Wiz Khalifa,
Don't say Wiz.
3.86 billion with See You Again. Fast and the Furious.
Alright. Where's Susan Boyle?
Fucking. Are we doing Blackburn
Come on.
Shopping Centre somewhere chasing pigeons? Fuck knows.
We'd bile you, dude.
She's not even in the top 10. Are you kidding me?
Not on YouTube. Well, I think this is conspiracy, though, to be honest, right? This is just another ploy to keep the white man down, alright? Because.
A wheeze at that one, that's for sure.
Because everyone knows that the most listened to song on YouTube ever was Rick Astley's Rickroll.
I
Never going to give you up.
I heard like a...
But it didn't get tallied because everyone memed the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
So there's no way to aggregate that score. I would argue, never going to give you up.
I heard like a cover of that recently, and I was kind of getting... I didn't know what it was at first, and I felt rickrolled, even though it was a cover. It's like, oh...
Yeah.
Well, I thought about going with some of the lyrics for the start of this, but I reckon what I'm going to do is my memester character in Fallout, I'm just going to make him like, I don't know how I got these scars. And just sing all the verses in that. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules.
You were playing basketball? No?
What? I was shooting some people outside the school. But at least they weren't all white at the top, okay? This isn't an alt-right podcast, don't worry if you've just tuned in.
You're going to have to fudge the figures so it's some kind of minority figure at the top.
Speaking about fudging figures, don't say fudge. Rotten apple. Captain Marvel has no score coming.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So Captain Marvel isn't out yet. It's about to drop. There's been probably some well-advanced screenings, but there was a poll put out. I do think it was by Rotten Tomatoes. And ironic how Darkside's the modular device that's popping off during the ship. Eh?
Oh, this is great.
Awesome. But what happened was...
Feel
they
vindicated.
put out a poll. Who's interested in Captain Marvel? And 70% of people said no. Just no.
There's actually there's quite a few reasons
What's
for it.
wrong with Captain Marvel?
Well,
What isn't wrong
might
with it?
have something to do with the fact that they're just shoehorning in some female character at the top, right?
No.
This climate. It might have
Let's
something to do with it. Hold on, it might have something to do with the fact that Brie Larson kicked out a bunch of journals from a press junket from the film because she deemed that there was too many whites.
Yeah.
Too many white folk.
Yeah.
So some of the white folk need to leave to make room for.
Yeah,
That's,
there's far too many of them.
Well, this was one of the comments that popped up in the massive scroll of comments. Why is it that over all the years of working on the diversity of the Marvel movies, do you slap in the blonde bimbo right at the end?
Interesting. I think it's just fucking bullshit. That how the hell Scarlett Johansson's fucking whatever the fuck Red Widow, Scarlet Widow, whatever the fuck her name
Black
is.
Widow.
That's the one. Don't say, of colour. Come on now.
Widow of
It's
Colour.
2019.
What?
But she's been in fucking 10 of the films. And she ain't got her own film yet. But they pull someone out of their ass to go, no, this is going to be hot. Now, fair dues, Black Widow was never ever going to take on Thanos.
Kind of like the Lando Calrissian of tokenesque slightly.
Apparently there was too many slightly off-white coloured people in the Marvel movies, so they needed just, ivory hair, pale skin.
Well, so what's happened basically is Rotten Tomatoes have come forward and said, yeah, we won't be letting you review bomb the shit out of this before it comes out, so there won't be scores available till the day it comes out. However, what other folk have pointed out that, well, no, that's kind of shitty because most folk that want to be in the loop who read these reviews and actually pay attention will be booking for the first week it drops, the first weekend it's out.
Exactly.
However, if you're going to deny folk everyone's
Folk
going
are
to see it,
like, it must be shit then.
the
I'm not going
review to the day of. Bethesda were getting ripped into for that because they were denying folk access to their shit for, was it Doom or something, till the day it got released. I think Red Dead were going to do something like that, but it's interesting.
It just makes you think, nah. I'm guessing if they're not going to do this, they know it's a shit.
No. It's because of toxic scoring.
Toxic
scoring.
Toxic. Fucking
It's fear of the general public. It's fear of the 4chan beast that is the internet.
Don't say beast. This is censorship, is what this is. And speaking of people who have been silenced, Alex Jones was back on Joe Rogan, and it was fucking amazing.
He kicked off to hell, man. I thought he was going to have an
Did you listen to the whole
aneurysm.
thing?
5 hours on.
Yeah, 5 hours. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to little snippets of it, but I can't believe what I listened to. And
Fields of memes.
Yeah.
Never mind the Field of Dreams. This was the Field of Memes, bro.
Build
This
it and they
is
will
fucking
come.
internet's going to be feeding off this for 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He's a walking meme, though.
Oh,
but I think that he feels like he needed to come back to the. It was a surprise thing as well.
Well, it was different.
He didn't warn anybody it was going to.
So to break it down, Gary's lens. If you don't know, Alex Jones is a right-leaning conspiracy theorist.
Right-leaning.
Would be the best.
I think he's right out there on the right, to be honest.
Yeah, calm down now. Here, he was fucking going in on Bush, like they said in the podcast.
Don't say going in on Bush. Especially not after hanging to the right.
He's from Texas, so he's very right. Come on, the whole of Texas is really right.
He considers himself a conservative liberal.
They have open carry there, man. Come on.
I thought you were going to say open casket for some reason.
Yeah. You want
They have an open casket
So basically, he
license.
got his ass pulled off Twitter and pulled off other social medias and pulled off YouTube because he'd said he didn't believe that Sandy Hook was real. He's backpedaled on that since because the parents are now going to sue his ass. But he'd since fell out with Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan had the head of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, on, and Joe Rogan didn't really take him to task over that shit. The internet kind of fell out with Joe Rogan a little bit at the time.
Because Dorsey's funding Rogan. That's
you
why.
fucking give him like proper cuppage. So Rogan was on his show screaming, "God sent me to take down Joe Rogan." So they clearly had a falling out, and then boom, out of nowhere, Jones come back on.
It's
like,
affiliation.
Patched it up.
It's dual marketing, is what it is.
What it is Rogan going, listen, man, you're going to have to backpedal hard as fuck on this Sandy Hook thing, right? Nobody talking to you. It's as simple as that, you know.
Yeah, but Jones is on there. Out, that it's your basic kind of collaboration, right? Jones is taking advantage of Rogan's audience, and Rogan is taking advantage of Jones' audience.
Well, he said he's going on InfoWars next time he's down.
Even though it has no audience anymore because it has no platform.
Still has a huge
You're
audience.
in my world
but it's
now,
boy. Sure, but it's going to be diminished.
InfoWars.com.
It's going to be diminished a huge amount.
Well,
I would think.
I would argue, yes.
Rogan has so much
definitely
reach.
stunted growth. It would definitely stunt growth. I mean, that's just
Your
easy.
stunted growth.
But yeah,
I'll stunt your
did you
growth.
hear did you hear some of the stuff that he talked about? What was some of the stuff he talked about?
Well, you know, he spoke about the breakaway civilizations, the extra-dimensional clock elves, and seeing past lives after he was being choked out.
Yeah. The interesting thing for me was he was talking about he knows the face of God and it looks like a comet. And he goes on about...
He basically described a sperm cell, though. He was like, it's got a big bulb, but then there's a tail, and all the evil's at the tail.
He goes on about aliens are interdimensional creatures that...
Clock elves.
No, he says there's evil ones and there's good ones, but it's easier to like plug into the evil ones, and it's harder to... The good ones, like your angels and God and stuff, like,
they don't interfere.
You can only kind of interface with them if you shout on them and call them and blah blah blah, right? but you can just plug directly into the demons and
Don't say
Lucifer
plug
and shit.
directly in.
You're right. You got away with it once, but he wasn't getting away with it twice, that's for sure.
But he started mentioning VR, and that VR was invented in they were putting,
the 60s or so.
in the 60s. They were like putting on VR helmets, and they had gloves, and they were like interacting. And
come on,
and then but Rogan's body pulls up like the patents.
Yeah.
For these VR headsets from 1957.
Yeah,
Dude.
come on, man. Like
what?
Like,
And it looks like an HTC Vive, man.
Yeah, no, but think about it
$1957.
this way: 1980s, right? 1980s and very early 90s. You had two films that brought that technology to us. One of them was Lawnmower Man, and the other one was Hackers.
Yeah, that was a little bit after in the 1950s.
Yeah, it was.
Just
but
to
if
let
you
you
think
know.
about it, right? There's so much of a drive now. It's like, oh my god, look at all this new technology. Look at this VR technology.
Right, it's weird that it's taken this long.
Wow, we had this like 30 years ago
to be in people's hands. Right?
Exactly.
You know how long the government's been messing with stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's great for teaching people while they've got a headset on, right? You know?
Speaking of teaching people,
Nice segue.
it is that time of the show, Gadies and Lents, my favourite, where I get to talk about what I'm doing, recon,
recon in line with people that have been banned from social media.
Ooh, this one.
Did you get banned again?
No.
What have you done?
No.
Who did you say you're
You're not going to
to
like
in
this,
the
but we
Twitter
need
comments?
to talk about Tommy Robinson.
Oh, good God. Do we need to? Don't know.
You said that you'd heard that he'd had a protest about the BBC Panorama programme.
Yeah.
Right? But you didn't watch his you didn't watch his documentary. I sat and
No,
watched
son, I did not.
Right. Right, I'm not proud of it, but I sat and watched the dude's hour-long documentary.
Okay.
Where he talks to a friend of his that was contacted by Panorama and asked to dish the dirt on him, and he does a panorama on Panorama. It's actually amazing. he sends his friend of his undercover to record the journalist from Panorama,
Kind of like
and catches him out
Steven Crowder.
coming out with kind of racist and homophobic slurs, and it's really
the guy from Panorama.
Yeah, it's really eye opening. And this is John Sweeney, who is you've known from he did a documentary about Scientology a while ago and lost his rag.
And it
with
was
the guy from
him
Scientology. Yeah,
that was saying all this shit.
yeah, it's but you need to watch it. You need to it gets into like eventually at the tail end of it. There's like Panorama's set up an interview with Tommy Robinson. But Tommy Robinson's got it all locked down, so he's got like clips of the guy on this projector ready to go, and like just before they're about to start the interview and all the BBC cameras and producers are all set up, he just turns it around on the journalist guy and starts playing back clips and questioning him about it. Right to it's honestly, and the guy you can see the Sweeney guy like so raging, and the producers are just like, hand on their face, like looking away, rolling their eyes, and then but it kind of descends into a bit of an argument between the two of them, and neither of them come out good. Like both of them look really, really bad.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shouting match, and but the Panorama documentary hasn't went out yet, and they're continuing their investigation.
How can we spin this fucker? He sent 3,000 people down to kill us.
But for it makes
they had hoods on, all of them.
It makes Panorama and the BBC look pretty bad, but it doesn't make Tommy Robinson look brilliant. The way he goes about it.
The former leader of the EDL look brilliant, but yeah.
the founder of the EDL. But he's a really smart guy. I don't entirely condone what he's doing or a lot of the things that he's saying, but the language that he uses is very particular. He's very smart in how he words things. It's almost like he's a politician, and he's very clever. Yeah, but it's very interesting to watch, particularly a documentary. But like a few days afterwards, now he's been banned from Facebook, and he's been banned from this social media and that.
Of course, he has.
So all he's got left is his YouTube. Apparently,
I'm surprised they haven't.
Oh, that's a time bomb.
Come on, they'll get him for CP at some point.
But I mean, as much as I don't believe, in what he's doing and saying, and the way he's going about it, particularly the way he's going about it,
principle.
I totally believe
freedom of speech to an extent.
There's a big difference between him and Dankler, right? But
until they're shaking hands outside the courthouse.
Tommy Robinson isn't really a comedian, right?
That's true,
right? He's more politically oriented. Dankler is obviously more comically oriented, but there's a bit of a crossover, maybe. But I totally believe that Tommy Robinson has the right to speak what he's speaking, as long as he's not crossing the line. And these people need to show that he's crossing the line. And I feel that he's just getting banned from platforms, and
nobody's really saying, "Look, dude,
nobody's really digging into whether he's really crossed the line or not."
Yeah.
Because he is very smart and he is very particular with his language. And it's like Dankler. We're getting to the point at which people are just being.
It's more like Jones.
Yeah, it's like Jones. Yeah, people are reading into it more.
You get straight up deplatformed.
Yeah, because these are private companies, and there's no kind of legal avenue for these people. If a private company just deplatforms,
they'll ban them all, and then they'll go private or go public. You know,
Yeah.
become a public utility.
And then, you know, like Jones and Robinson are saying, and a lot of the other ones, you know, that we're the Canadian coal mine.
Gavin McInnes has been pulled. Totally. All his shit got pulled. Because he's part of a terrorist organisation being associated with the Proud Boys.
So
but to be fair, when you start roaming about the streets with a bunch of guys in uniform ready for
it's interesting times we're living in, and watching that moment, right? The whole documentary is just worth watching for that moment in the interview where they're both turned towards the camera and both kind of shouting, and it's just like this is a moment in time. This is like new media versus old media. And they're just like at war.
What I highly recommend.
It's just like nothing else.
In contrast to that is the music video by Joyner Lucas, a rapper, called "I'm Not Racist."
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible, and that it's sort of the same idea that you shout match back and forth, but you get it in 2 separate sets. But then I won't spoil the end of the video, but
I bet you will look
to the eye.
I bet you that we'll look back in 10, 20 years, and this is like a pivotal moment in time. Like this is where somebody with a YouTube channel is attacking and doing a pretty good job of taking down a well-established, media giant.
That's insane. Anything else?
Anything else?
Long list.
Well, do you want to take over the Michael story?
The what story?
Michael. That's upcoming, right? It's the whole Michael Jackson documentary that's going to land, and that's going to be a bomb, right? But until that lands,
that was interesting. I was listening to Brilliant Idiots, him talking about how this is the new thing everyone is scraping since the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. The media is now scraping for who else can we totally get an exposed documentary.
Yeah, but I think this has been longer in the
lapping this up.
This has been longer in the making, but the director himself has said, people are going to stop listening to Michael Jackson.
Well, see, this is a question.
We'll see.
That's
we don't know yet.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a question on that one that has been asked quite a lot on social media and news sites, things like that. At the moment is. That one question, will you stop listening to the artist's music? There are some artists out
Gary
there.
Glitter did.
Yeah, there's Gary. Yeah, I know.
Come on.
But
don't say come on.
Hold on. My point, though, is, right, a lot of these artists were in tow with a heavy amount of politicians, very powerful people in the country.
Royalty. What are you talking about?
Whatever. I'm not pointing elbows at anybody, maybe digging them, but
not pointing reptilian fucking fingoids.
But what I'm saying is, if you think about it, these big entertainers were like a great lead-in for these powerful people into that. They were almost like the bait, if you want to put it that way.
They're like an endorsement.
No, but if you think about it, right, they're the ones that are attracting all these people to their music, and then they're bringing them in, and then all these people in the background, these powerful, wealthy people in the background are going, great, we can use them like the worm on the hook. Let's endorse them. Let's make them huge. Let's make them really popular, right? But my argument is, how many other artists in the world do you listen to that haven't been caught yet? That's the question.
Yeah,
just because,
a huge undercurrent.
Just because you enjoyed this person's music for 25 years and then you find out that they're a paedophile, and now you're like, no, I'm not going to listen to their music at all anymore. The question here is, that's 25 years of appreciation you've had for this art.
But no, I think when it's someone specific like that, like the lead singer, you're fucked. But the more
it's okay if it's the drummer.
Well, no. Fuck the Who.
But it's not going to have as much of an impact, right?
But Pete Townsend was fucking out. He got caught with a whole bunch of stuff, said he was just doing it for research for a charity. He got the fuck away with it.
Yeah, I remember that.
You hear everybody calling the fucking Who. The Who's still the theme track to fucking CSI.
Yeah. No, but he managed to dodge that. That was a lot of crap, or at least he won the court case.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was for research.
Yeah. But see, this is the point. You know what I mean? Where do you draw the line? And now they're talking about. I was
going to go on. It's like the Bryan Singer thing with Queen.
Yeah.
Everyone was kicking off fuck because that was getting the Oscars the other day. By the way, fuck the Oscars.
Yeah.
Fuck the Oscars.
Bryan Singer, there's smoke. There's no fire. There's smoke. There's plenty of fucking smoke with Bryan Singer.
The X-Men. ever again? Are you not going to watch this Queen film? Should the entire cast of the Queen film get shat on because Bryan Singer's
there's a whole
possibly
documentary to
allegedly a
watch
sketchy fucker?
on Bryan Singer, but I think we should end this segment with a Jimmy Carr joke, and that I'm not saying that Michael Jackson's a paedophile, but if I was a paedophile, I might have a big fairground in my back garden, like a little kind of a nice little story here. Vodafone is sorry over "See You Jimmy" joke amid Glasgow job cuts. Apparently, Vodafone has apologised after a manager posed in a "See You Jimmy" hat in an insulting, very common, social media post amid jobs losses in Scotland.
Since when did Glaswegians get insulted so easily?
I don't know why as well. Like, who's fucking butthurt over that?
I'm surprised if they were that.
Racist.
If they were that.
Clearly racist.
Honestly, if Glaswegians
He's
were
holding a bottle iron brew.
Honestly, if Glaswegians were that insulted by it, he would have got lynched in seconds.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it,
Holy
mate.
crap.
Fucking hell.
So,
Tech.
I got a couple of things for you.
God.
Katie Price
Really?
banned from driving
Ooh.
for being nearly twice the legal limit, and
What?
when in charge of her pink Range Rover.
Why is this tech news? Are you secretly telling us that Katie Price is actually a fucking android?
No.
The first gen sex bot?
No.
Fembot?
No,
Like
there's a reason why this is tech news, right?
Oh,
Now,
right.
basically, she managed to argue with the court that actually she was not in control of the vehicle because they found her in the back seat. In the back seat.
The founder was anybody in
yeah.
the front seat.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know what I mean? That's one of the arguments is, right, okay, but who's the driver? Where's the driver?
Was it an automated car? Was it one of the fucking electronic cars?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that would've been awesome.
That wouldn't have surprised me. Anyway, so they basically found her guilty of driving almost 2 times over the legal limit, and she only got a 3-month ban.
Why is this news? I actually like Katie Price. I think she's done a lot recently to come out and fight online bullying or online abuse. So I don't know if this is like the establishment like attacking her for that, but I don't know. I think she's a good person.
Possibly.
I think she's a good person.
Possibly. The reason why this is tech news is because the continued discussions on, okay, fair enough, there's a lack of evidence here for Katie Price, right? We can't argue that. But we could argue that actually she was driving and she just jumped in the back seat when she smashed the car. Right. No, nobody can actually properly prove that at the moment. So what they were talking about was, well, maybe we should actually fit cars with sensors that detect who's holding the wheel, or cameras internal so they can see what happens. Fit full black box system.
Nice.
That's what it's technically.
Fingerprint
This is why
tech
it's
on your
tech news.
motherfucking wheels.
So basically, you remember
Steering wheel.
that film Demolition Man, when the car could tell everything about the person that was driving it?
Yeah.
Welcome to Demolition Man. Car companies are now looking at the potential possibility of key coding their cars to the driver.
I'm less worried about that and more worried about the cockle shells, because I just, what the fuck was that even
Cockle
about?
shell. There's only 3 of them. You
I'm
don't have much to choose
wondering,
from.
was there a Duke of Edinburgh in the front of this car? No. Will fingerprint recognition tell us that?
To be fair,
Does he have fingerprints that can be
Wait a minute,
recognized?
wait a minute.
Picture of her outside the courthouse with her fists raised high like some fucking...
and you're talking about Duke of Edinburgh while she was in the back
That's
seat.
fighting for online bullying rights or something. I don't know.
Alright, that's alright.
It's nothing to do with this.
That's how they're getting away with it. She's some sort of political prisoner.
So, the next bit is...
Price.
Shago Price. The next bit is YouTube banning comments on all videos for children.
Yeah, like we're like okay. This is in reaction to
reaction to the
as PewDiePie kind of flagged up
exactly
lots of online paedophile looking at like videos of innocent kids doing gymnastics and then typing in the time at which other people viewing it should go and select to watch, a particularly revealing moment or something like that, right?
and
What's
that's
a
it.
particularly revealing moment is that you've been watching PewDiePie. I'm so proud that you subbed, man. You're doing your fucking part, bro. Awesome.
That was after a sub to TC.
How fucking dare you?
He subbed to PewDiePie and then unsubbed just to give him a little ray of hope. apparently.
But my kind of issue with this is, right, that's fine,
It's
right?
so fun derailing topics sometimes. It's
No,
just,
yeah.
I get why you like it so much.
You want to censor people talking on child, or people comment on child videos,
Well, you
right?
want to censor, do you? Okay.
But where does it end, right? What do you, what you not going to censor eventually? Is that how you deal with problems? Do you censor
basically,
the commentary?
Basically, this is the typical punish the masses instead of punishing the individuals. You know, instead of going, you know what? See these people that are leaving these time slots in each of these videos. We're going to target their accounts, and then we're going to try and investigate and find out where they lead. No, we're just going to ban all comments. So we're actually just lost a chain of investigation.
You know what the problem is, though, and I think it tells you that in the story, or it kind of alludes to it, that there's what, hundreds or thousands of hours of, was it millions? I don't know if it's in the millions of hours of stuff going up every day.
Yeah,
like on a YouTube. It's
Well, it's easily
ridiculous.
in the millions,
It's unpoliceable. It's
Hey,
and
like
you
I
know, if
said,
you've got that many videos going up, how many comments have you got? You've got billions of comments every day.
No, what I'm saying though is, like, okay,
it's impossible almost.
You
It
find,
needs to be algorithmic. Right?
But you find some of these videos that have got these on it. You block all the comments on videos, then you've lost an avenue of investigation to find the bigger problem. You know, he's completely destroyed that potential avenue. So now you're having to rely on people reporting videos instead of going, oh well, here's an account that's clearly actively doing this.
Yeah, and they ended up talking about this on Twitter, right? And they came at somebody came at the point. No, YouTube put out this statement saying your video can now be flagged or pulled due to somebody's comment.
Yep.
Right? And then somebody replied to that saying, so if I'm a powerful enough troll, then I can destroy somebody's livelihood.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was spoken about because the internet shat a brick. A lot of your YouTubers shat a brick when that was said. And basically what YouTube will come back and say is like, no, don't be stupid. What we're talking about is questionable content here. That unfortunately they are going to have to just manually try, for the meantime anyway, try and get people to sit and look at case-by-case basis and look at the video and go, is this a questionable video? And then look at the comments and go, well, why are you commenting that on this video?
I don't think that's credibly policeable. Like, how many?
I'm not saying it is. But
like the amount of human
300 hours uploaded every minute.
Yeah, that right. And
300 hours of fucking footage,
and they've got a
video
few,
are uploaded to YouTube.
They've got maybe tens of thousands of people reviewing manually this stuff worldwide.
Yeah,
right. These people just can't compete with the level of upload that's going on. I don't think.
That's why we need AI.
Well,
yeah, that's a great idea. We've already got the AI. It's not fucking working.
Like I said on last week's podcast, how many homeless people are there in the world?
Oh God, you and your fucking...
I'm telling you, man. Give them a fucking
weird
job.
Dictator laws.
You can put up a few.
Yeah. You're just exposing yourself to fucking robot. You just want everyone hooked up. Like, you missed this last week. He was proposing that we hook up and strap all these poor homeless folk to fucking chairs and massive battery fucking parks and force them to sit and watch YouTube video after YouTube.
Let me be specific
and then
here.
siphon off all the energy from
Let me be specific here.
It's not a bad idea.
Privilege said that. I just didn't respond.
You just went silent.
I just said give them a job and you rolled with it.
You went silent like fucking Alexa
because
or Google when you ask it if it works for the CIA.
I was sitting there like, where did you get that from? Give them a job.
Feeding them has a cost attached to it. Like,
I love that you learn to code
my point there is the fact that, you know, you're having to spend thousands of hours trying to recode your entire software to fix the problem. So how much money are you spending actually trying to solve it?
Yeah, we just delete YouTube. That'd be cheap.
Actually, that would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, just delete the channel, delete everything. Jesus,
why not?
Delete you.
Yeah.
I think down the line though, like this is, you know, with the first adpocalypse, and you had somebody during the week this week blamed with starting the second adpocalypse.
Last
week.
Yeah.
Right. And this whole thing, like, this is just going to get worse and worse as things go forward. If the AI doesn't get better, if the algorithm doesn't get better at sorting this, and you're relying on human beings, or just even the problems between using the AI, the algorithm, the human beings, it's a fucking mess.
The thing is, not a nitpick, but the AI is different for the algorithm immensely. The algorithms are basic shitty code that these little programmers are coming up with, who are continuously, they're not only contending with the hundreds of hours and different stuff that's going, these people are actively fighting against the algorithm and using the algorithm against itself, and learning ways
but
around
every
that.
day joining the internet, you have 100,000 people at the moment, right? As more people are accumulating in the world population, and more people are joining the internet from the third world, like there's
1,300,000,000 total number of people who use YouTube.
Yeah, and that's increasing, I'm telling you, at a rate of about 100,000 a day. A day, dude. This problem's only going to get worse, and very fucking quickly.
Well, it's going to come to a head at some point.
Yeah,
Article 13 can't come soon enough.
Article 13, oh my god.
Right, Tech.
Well, talking about problems that could potentially get worse.
Don't try and segue. Don't steal my professional.
We like things that get worse.
Yeah.
That's us.
So... I could have segued with going from one child abuse to another sort of child abuse.
Oh God, no!
So I picked the lesser of two evils on that one.
I can't wait to hear the title of this video.
Most people will know at the moment there's a big concern over the Momo challenge.
There was a Momo.
The Momo
right,
challenge. It's give it a moment for Momo.
It's fake concern though, isn't it?
It's questionable, really.
Well, as you pointed out, it's an old thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Someone's memified it on.
I looked this up and it went back like at least 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The thing
fucking
is,
years old.
It's been doing this for a long fucking time, right? And
break it down what it is though. It's fucking a WhatsApp number that you message with the meme face that many of them probably seen, the horror creepypasta face.
No, the story that I heard, right, was that it was popping up in people's social media feeds. This image. And it had been whatever was behind it was responsible for killing like 150 teenagers in Russia or something.
Where it started was it was a WhatsApp number or something you messaged, and it would basically say like start messaging back, kill yourself.
Oh my god!
And people were hacking it, or there was variations of it where people were coming to you with personal information and going, "You should kill yourself in your house wherever you live. You should do this, you should do that."
They were saying
that fucking years ago.
Yeah, they were saying this recent version of it.
Claimed is, that's a recent thing where it's popped up on Facebook here, there, and there. However, YouTube are getting the shit for it, even though it's fuck all to do with YouTube.
Well, the recent allegation was that it was hackers that were using this as a data mining operation.
Hackers, Jesus, you can call anyone on 4chan a fucking hacker.
There's an 8-year-old out there on his phone playing about with 4chan. He's a hacker. Yeah,
I was fucking hacking the fucking message boxes in your old Nokia T10s, mate.
We've all been there, right?
But the point being, they went after YouTube for this. A bunch of parents kicked off.
It was clearly YouTube's fault. What are you talking about?
You need to look out, you need to watch out, look out for these videos. And YouTube were like, actually, there's been no rise in the plays that the old videos got.
Dude, it's just people making YouTube videos and they've come up with this hype so they get views, right?
They're literally reporting on it. And they've said, like, listen, it's not illegal or wrong for them to report on it. But we haven't had reported cases. The person who works for Google in charge of YouTube has said there's been no reported cases.
But we asked him to outline it, and we've just basically ripped it. Right? Okay, tell us the real story.
Anyway.
Is there anything left? I don't know.
Slim pickings.
Continue. No, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
God, you're such a letdown, eh? Like a Turkish delight, all promise and no delivery.
You like Turkish delight?
You basically just said the word Momo and that was it.
That was it. Just went with it.
He's acting like he's pissed off. He's sitting cracking his knuckles and fucking slumping back in his chair. Fuck me.
Made my job fucking easier.
Hashtag employee appreciation.
Yeah, you can go stick that in your hashtag.
Matt Recon was me and Cpt Privilege scoped out something that I thought could be a future piece of our anime exposed fan service hentai, not hentai exposed series called Mayo Cheeky.
Well, we've seen it was you and the missus checking this out. Is this a late night thing?
Kind of watch it myself, that's what I'm saying. No, it wasn't worthy. It wasn't fan service hentai ecchi worthy enough. there was a little bit there. It was your classic Kareem scenario, but it was dude accidentally stumbles into the toilets of a guy who's actually a chick, but this guy's a butler to a well-off chick in the class. However, this guy is actually a lassie, is pretending to be a guy so she can be a butler.
So there's
and
no
she's
kind
obsessed
of
with being a butler for this fucker.
there's no kind of LGBT thing here. It's more kind of transvestism.
Oh yeah, it is. It's weird. Yeah. Oh no, that's the next one. That was the one I've been watching for research on Netflix. That's a whole nother basket of fucking shit.
Is that the one where it's like a comic
three
book
guys
thingy?
In the mafia.
Oh no,
basically.
different
agree
one.
to get turned into idols.
Different.
But in order to do so, they have to
that was actually kind of
surgery.
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny.
It's
really.
crazy, bro. But yeah, it was good. It was wholesome. It didn't really go too far. There was a few nips.
That's more like a late night Channel 4 thing.
What the fucking the other one? Yeah. Well,
that's weird, right? But not exactly.
Channel 4's not really that risky anymore.
Yeah, but what anime is apparently like child-oriented cartoons in Japan.
It's not child orientated. It's not.
It's not child orientated. No,
being ignorant.
It's not.
You're just ignorant.
You're getting way too good at that impersonation.
That about wraps it up for episode 34 of the Unmonetisables podcast, folks. If there's any intelligent signs of life out there, don't dare leave any comments below. This isn't a discussion and no one cares about random's opinions on the internet. If you're a returning consumer of our content or a FAWK virgin, please consider supporting us by subscribing and leaving a rating/review on iTunes. If you're feeling as frugal as Private Feudal, geez a wee pound off you over on Patreon. Also, please do check out our channel, the FAWK Chronicles, on YouTube. And while you're there, feel free to turn the frickin' frogs gay all over that subscribe button. I will be streaming over at twitch.tv/the FAWK Chronicles at random intervals, so be sure to follow with notifications on or you'll miss out. The FAWK Chronicles are part of Indi Scots network. Thanks for listening to the only podcast in the galaxy with 3 aliens that vaguely sound like 3 Scottish clock elves.
What the fuck's a clock elf?
You fucking keep
You don't know.
Until the next time, this has been Captain Privilege, Grandmaster Tech, Dr. Darkside, closing off. Hailing frequencies. Fuck you, don't laugh. Signing off. Closing hailing frequencies, ending communications. I'm gonna go Despacito and wreck my roll.
I'm gonna Weezer my island.
Wreck your roll.
Oh no.